First town we went to was Zinc. The first meeting that we had was in Zinc, Arkansas. And when we drove down into Zinc, they asked me if I was aware of who was there. I said, what do you mean?
Let's sing another song, Hallelujah. Let's take your songbooks and turn them to song number 71, The Old Rugged Cross. That's a great, great, great song. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. He said, Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming and is now already in the world.
I was on the internet this morning, and just for the fun of it, I typed in genocide. A lot of people are unaware of the reality of the genocide against our white brothers and sisters around the world.
Do you think there's a real danger of a physical genocide?
Absolute. I mean, there's a physical genocide in the fact that there's a zero population growth for white people. So if you want to just look at what people commonly think of as mass executions of white people, definitely. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, we don't see bodies laying here and there right now. Right now, it's just a diminishing of the population. But once there's that tipping point, who's to say there's not bodies here and bodies there, and there's not a mass execution of white people?
I had a friend one time. I say a friend. I met him. Okay. And he told me he had been in prison. And he told me, he said, the blacks in prison would taunt us white guys all the time. I don't know how true it is. I'm just telling you what he told me. He said, because he's this one black guy, he said, he'll taunt it especially. He said, I could take any woman in the world, and I can have a black baby. He said, if you want a white baby, you have to have a white woman. So, will our race survive or not? I could probably walk down through downtown Europe, downtown Moscow, and feel safer than I would walking through downtown Detroit. I wouldn't have to be looking behind my back as I would if I walked through Memphis or Kansas City or Detroit.
Why is that?
Because those communities have experienced the full thrust of white genocide.
Has there any ever been a black person you've admired?
That word admire, what does it really mean? It doesn't really mean a whole lot. When you go to a public school and the children are told in subtle ways that the white race is the scum of the earth, Susan Sontag stated that the white race was a cancer of society. So let's say she's the one that started it. She's dead now. She was a lesbian, and I don't know, maybe she died. I don't know where she died. But the point is, she's dead. Let's just say she's the one, the big honcho of it all. Whatever. The point is that philosophy of Susan Sontag is now permeated into our society.
Talk to me about AIDS.
It's increasing all the time. Scientists are studying the racial component to it. And as the population trends of the white race decrease, it appears that the virus is increasing. And how that will be, what's that going to do? I don't know. Is there going to be a mass plague? Is there divine intervention that a small sprinkling of white people will be saved, that genocide won't be completed?
And it appears that AIDS can be transmitted through casual contact with non-whites.
You mean no sexual contact?
Correct.
Yeah. Other words, maybe off a drinking fountain or a toilet seat or whatever. I don't know.
Can I ask you about Barack Obama recently has come out in support of gay marriage? What's your view?
2,000 plus years of history and culture has said that homosexuality was a depravity. Yeah, I'm not going to go against 2,000 years of history. If we're going to redefine marriage, and who's going to say that a man can't have 5 wives, or a man can't marry his granddaughter, or a man can't marry his goat, if that's what's going to make him happy. You want to deprive a poor man of happiness just because he wants to marry his goat.
But if
They want to do that in some country, then have a country for that. But
there should be a country for homosexuals.
if they want to have a country for homosexuals, go to it. I guess it won't last long, will it?
What's your view of Dr. King? Do you think he contributed something to this?
I wonder
society?
why his FBI records are sealed by government order to the year 2027. I think we need to look at what's inside those FBI files to get the full story of Martin Luther King.
Just going back to my question, do you think Dr. King contributed positively to the building of this society, to the building of this country?
No.
That's just, to me, the bottom line.
Well, how does it feel living in a society where millions of people love Dr. King and hate the Klu Klux Klan?
What's that, repeat again? So I heard something about love
Love Dr. King and hate the Klu Klux Klan.
Oh, we sleep good at night. We sleep, and there's a lot of people who love the Klan, even though they are afraid of it.
Can you say swastika without thinking of Nazis? The KKK generates a whole history going back 150 years. And that particularly to black people, that history, they're well aware of it. They live with absolute terror. So it's not something you can say today and say, well, now we have a kinder, gentler swastika and Nazi party here in Harrison, Arkansas. It's the same with the KKK. You can say that you're kinder, gentler now, and whatever your benign thoughts are, but it generates a stigma for our entire community.
I wanted to talk to you about the actual Klan. Would you not think that's actually unhelpful to your cause to be associated with an organization that has a very violent and bloody history?
To say that the Klan has a history of violence, a bloody and violent history, it really is not true. The bloody and violent history is a creation of Hollywood.
When you're
Well,
dealing with
cross-light
politics,
ceremony.
the number one rule in politics is you have to have you have to have name recognition. When you're going into a campaign, it's name recognition is number one. And the name Ku Klux Klan gives us that right off the start.